Hello, my crafty friends. I sure hope you're having a fabulous day. My name is Robyn Pitts. If you're new to my channel or you are a returning subscriber, welcome. Hopefully you had an opportunity to watch my video that I posted a few days ago for the Christmas All Year Collab 2026. In that video, I shared 3 fancy fold Christmas cards. As promised, I'm going to walk you through step by step on how to create each of those cards. For today's video, we're going to create this beautiful card, and this is called a quad Z-fold panel card. Let me just give you a quick overview of the card. The unique part about this card are these beautiful panels here. Before we get started, I want to share the products that we're going to use to create this card. I'm going to be using this beautiful paper by Hunkydory. This is the Festive Style Luxury Topper Collection. I really love these sets because Hunkydory creates the most beautiful artwork. Now in this collection, there is artwork for 9 different cards. Specifically, we're going to be using this topper set with the cute little deer. Now, I did create another card featuring this set, and I have the rest of these elements to use. And I'm also going to use the remaining paper that I have. To begin, you will need a piece of cardstock that measures 10 inches by 7. On the 10-inch side, you're going to score at 2.5 and 5. Then you're going to fold the card in half along the score line, burnish it well, and then you're going to fold 1/2 back on the 2.5-inch mark. And you'll have a piece that looks like this. Then you're going to cut 4 panels that measure 10 by 1.5. On each of the 4 pieces, you're going to score at 2.5 and 5. And just like you did for the card base, you're going to fold that in half, burnish, and then fold it back in half again. Just like so. So you want to go ahead and do that for all 4 pieces. Now we have all of the 4 panels folded and burnished. You want to turn your panel around and make sure that the shorter side of the panel is facing to the right and the longer panel is facing to the left. Next, you want to grab your card, and we are going to position these pieces on the card just like so. So you want to take your first piece and we're going to attach it just one side at the bottom of the card, and you're going to put glue from the fold mark all the way to the end, and you want to position that right in the bottom corner of the card. Then you're going to grab another piece and you're going to position this right at the top of the card. Okay, and then for the 2 remaining pieces, you want to position these evenly in between, and you're going to have just about a 1/4 inch of space in between the panels. Now let me pause for a second. You don't have to have 4 panels, and they don't have to be this size. You can have 2, you can have 1 large panel, and you can make these any size that you want. Now to glue them down, let me just glue the first panel down. I'm simply going to put glue on this tab here right up to the score mark, and then I'm going to position this right in the corner so that it is flushed to the bottom. Okay, and then I'm going to burnish that. And you want to make sure your panel is even. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue each of these panels down now. Now we have all of our panels glued on. Your card should look like this. Next, I want to put a decorative panel here and then decorative panels on the inside. So for that, you will need 4 pieces that look like this. The silver measures 2¼ inches by 6 3/4, and the decorative paper is 2 inches by 6.5. So I've created 4 panels in alternating colors. So I'm going to put 1 panel here on the outside, and you want to make sure that it is centered in this space here. And then I'm going to flip over these flaps here, and I'm going to take these two solid colored panels, and I'm going to put it here evenly in the center, and then we're going to put another panel on this side, okay, right in between the score lines, and you want to make sure they're centered. So go ahead and glue these panels down now. We've got the decorative panel on one side, and then on the inside flaps, we need to glue this panel down. So the easiest way to do this is to fold this flap inside just like so, and you're going to line it up to the edge, okay? So then you only need to put glue right up to this score line right here. Okay, so you're going to do that for each of them, and just like you did on the opposite side, you want to make sure that these panels are lined up properly. Okay, so let's do that for one of them here. We're going to glue this panel down just like so. Let me pull this out of the way so that you can see, and then I'm going to add glue on this panel here. Now I'm going to fold this down, make sure that it's lined up to the very bottom and the corner, and then I'm going to burnish. Okay, so your piece should look like this. Now go ahead and glue the rest of the panels down. Now that you have the panels glued on the left side, you want to grab your last large panel and you're going to center it on this left panel just like so. Okay, so go ahead and glue that down now. We have our outer panels glued down. Now we need to add the panels here in the center. For that, you will need 8 pieces of a solid cardstock. In this case, I'm using the silver that measures 1 1/4 inches by 2 1/4 inches, and the pattern paper is 1 by 2 inches. So you're just going to glue these right here in the center. Okay, so go ahead and do that now. Now we have our center panels glued on. We are ready to add the finishing touches. Before we do that, let's turn the card over, and we're going to add a signature panel on the left side. So I have cut out 3 panels. The silver panel measures 4 1/4 by 6. The red panel is 4 by 5 3/4, and the white panel is 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. So you can go ahead and glue this panel down, and then you can decorate the front as you wish. I'm going to use the elements in the luxury topper set. I'm using this panel here. This is 2 different pieces. So I cut out this center piece here, which has the 2 deer, and then I removed the layer that goes around it, which was silver, and then I went up to the next size frame, which has this beautiful mint green. I wanted to add a little contrast between the deer and the frame, so I glued on a piece of red heavyweight cardstock. And this is popped up on foam tape, and this overall piece is popped up on foam tape as well. So I'm going to add this piece here, and then I have some other elements that I've cut out from the paper collection, as well as other embellishments. So I'm going to finish decorating this, and then I'll be back with the final card. Here's my completed card. I love the way this turned out. This is such a fun and whimsical paper. On the upper left-hand corner, I've included this red satin double bow with a clear gemstone. In the center, we've got this really pretty topper with the deer couple, and on the bottom it says "Festive wishes to you both." On the side here, you can see the beautiful quad panel. I love the way this paper looks, and in the back, you can see that mint green with snowflakes. And then on the final panel here, we've got a star and a little poinsettia, and it says "Merry Christmas, my dear." Now on the back, I've added this signature panel. Here's another look at my cards. I've brought back in the original Quad Z Fold panel card that I've created, and although the card bases are the same, with a change of paper, it gives it a completely different look. Hopefully, I've inspired you with new and creative ideas. If you like this video, please take a moment to give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, please be sure to check back on my channel. I will be featuring other tutorials for the cards that I shared in the Christmas All Year Collab 2026. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now, and happy crafting.